So you're thinking about moving to Buford, Georgia. Well, guess what? You're not the only one, because Buford has grown over 48% over the last 10 years in population. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the schools, we're going to be talking about the downtown area, the community, what to do in Buford, and so much more. So I hope you like this video about living in Buford, Georgia. Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Rip Pruitt, lovingly known as Rip the Realtor, and my channel is all about moving and living in the Atlanta area and all the northern suburbs that surround Atlanta. And if you're thinking about moving to Georgia, please reach out. Love to answer any questions or help you with any needs that you might have. So would love for you to subscribe and let me know what you think, and hope you enjoy. So as you're considering moving to Buford, Georgia, let's talk about its location and how convenient of a location the city of Buford is. So it is located right with two interstates that run through it. You've got I-85 that runs more on the eastern side of Buford, and you've got 985 that goes almost in the middle of Buford. So easily accessible to the city. You can jump on 985, it's going to run into I-85, or you can jump on I-85, go south, less than an hour. You're in Atlanta, you're near the airport. You can go north, be up in the mountains. It also has great proximity to Lake Lanier. There's several places on the lake that is in the city of Buford. So it's a great location if you enjoy boating. There's several spots around where you can store your boat, whether it's in dry storage, you can store it, pay for it to be stored at a marina, and then be very close to that. You've also got Lake Lanier Islands, which is an amazing spot. It is a development on the lake. It has a incredible 18-hole golf course. It has a full water park. There's places where they will have concerts. Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville is there. There's several restaurants. There's lodging. There's just so many things there at Lake Lanier Islands. It's hard to even get into. They've even got a great spot where you can drive over by boat. You can pay a few bucks, tie up at their outdoor docks, and you can either watch concerts out there on the water, or they've got a massive, huge screen that you can also watch games and different things right from your boat. So it's a great spot to hang out, and Lake Lanier is right there where Buford is. The great thing about Buford being so close to Lake Lanier is you can have the complete experience of the suburban life while also having the experience of living the lake life. If you don't know what that life looks like, you've got to come experience it for yourself. But it's similar to the beach life, but it's the lake life. But you can experience both in the same town. That's part of the attraction of Buford. So when I mention lake life, that can mean all kinds of things. Growing up on the lake and having friends that grew up on the lake, that could be from jumping in the boat and taking a cruise around and finding cool little beaches to go hang out on in the lake, finding little coves to be able to anchor and float around, have a good time. It may be trying to find some rope swings off the banks dropping in the lake. Lake life also includes fishing. There's a very strong culture of bass fishing, catfish fishing, and just all the things that go along with that. And then, of course, you've got all the lake sports to do, whether it's wakeboarding, wake surfing, skiing. There's just all kinds of things. And so lake life, once you get into it, it's a friendly culture. You know, you can pull up to a group of boats that are all kind of pulled over to a cove, start striking up conversation. Next thing you know, it feels like you're best friends, and we might say, we'll see you next weekend, same spot, same place. So the lake life is just a great laid back time to enjoy everything that the lake offers, get away from the stresses, and just unwind and have a good time. It may be a weekend lake life that you're living, or maybe even those weekdays, because if you're close enough to the lake, get home from work, jump out there, go on out. Now, you may go, owning a boat, I don't know about all that. It can get too crazy, the maintenance, all that. They've also got a great opportunity. There's called the Freedom Boat Club. What that is, you pay like an initiation fee, and then you pay a monthly fee. That monthly fee is typically cheaper then a boat payment and an insurance payment and a storage payment. By the time you're paying all those, it's more than the fee is. And the beauty of it is when you're part of that boat club, you call ahead, you've got a number of boats to pick from. It could be a pontoon boat, could be a fishing boat, could be a ski boat. Call ahead, tell them what boat you want, get there, the boat's in the water, take it out all day, pull it back in, leave it behind. It's now their responsibility, no maintenance. It's a beautiful thing. So, lake life is a great life. So as I mentioned before, Buford must be a hot spot because we have had a tremendous population acceleration over the last 10 years. In 2012, there was 12.2 thousand people in the city of Buford. Now in 2022, we have over 18,000. That is a 48% growth rate. That's huge. That's very big for a 10-year period to have almost a 50% growth rate. One big attraction is the schools. People from miles around will move to Buford just for the schools. Now, Gwinnett County, you've heard me talk about Gwinnett County schools. It's huge. Gwinnett County Schools is, I believe, the largest employer in the state of Georgia, just employer. That's how big Gwinnett County is. Buford, that sits in Gwinnett County, is a completely different school system. They are Buford city schools, meaning instead of adhering by county policy for all of the, I don't even know how many high schools in Gwinnett County. There's a lot of them. But instead of adhere to those rules, they adhere to city rules. Now, guess what? Buford City School, it's the only high school in Buford. So they can make decisions based on just their school. They don't have to consider, well, is this good for this school? Is it good for that school? Nope. They go, what is the best decision for our school? And that's what we're going to do. And so because of that, the schools are top notch. People want to be part of those schools. In fact, if you are out of the district, you can still apply to go to Buford City School. There's a $500 application fee. You go through an interview, you turn in an application. If they approve you to come in the school, then it's $2,000 a year. It's not a huge fee compared to a private school. Now, obviously, compared to a public school, it's a big fee because it's not free. But that's if you're a non-resident. They do have school uniforms. So they have, I believe it's khaki or black pants, and then you can wear a gold, green, or white polo type of shirt. Again, it goes back to that's their school colors. So they can also keep discipline issues at bay because if a non-resident is acting out, they can easily remove them from the school. There's a certain expectation at Buford City Schools, and not to mention their football program. That is also a big attraction. They are great in football. I should know because I coach for Peachtree Ridge Youth Football, and they usually stomp us every year. They're just a great program, strong program. A lot of people, again, from outside the district will come to Buford. That also gives them an advantage because they can go to certain players and go, hey, if you get through our application process, we may can scholarship you into the school, which helps out families come to Buford when they're living outside that district as well. Now, Buford as an academic school is great too. It's top notch. The school ranks comes in at an A+. If you see the new high school was built within just the last couple of years. And it's not because the old high school is shabby. In fact, now the old high school is the middle school. So now if you go to the middle school, there are 2 football stadiums with turf fields along with 4 secondary turf fields for practice fields. That's a total of 6 turf, nice fields for a middle school. Now, if you drive by the high school, take a look at the high school, it looks like a small, beautiful college campus. I mean, it is top notch. The athletic building is crazy, state-of-the-art type of training equipment. The performance arts building, they even, sometimes you'll see schools that are great at sports, and so the arts may take a backseat. But their arts program is amazing. The building that they built for their arts program is ridiculous. So to take a look at this school, it is just a beautiful campus. Even like I said, now the middle school is a beautiful campus because it used to be the high school. So let's talk a little bit about what am I going to do if I'm in Buford. One of the biggest attractions, well, we already talked about Lake Lanier and Lake Lanier Islands. That is an experience you've got to go to. Again, you can go to it by boat or you can drive to Lake Lanier Islands Park, which by the way, Christmas time, go check it out. You can pay to just drive through the park and look at the Christmas light show. It's pretty amazing. They do it upright. Another thing that automatically comes to mind right away is the downtown Buford area. It is an old historic city. Buford's never been a little sleepy town. Even in the early 1900s, it would be compared to New York, just with the crazy industry that was going on. It was a factory town. And so it's set up kind of on blocks. So you've got this main downtown area that goes down by the railroad. That was part of the reason Buford was so bustling, was because of the early railroad going through. And then behind it, you have the blocks of buildings. Now, downtown Buford has some great restaurants. There's some great boutique shops. Bare Bones Steakhouse is an amazing steak restaurant. It is in the building that used to be the original bank in Buford way back, and up top was the community center. So they still have a basketball hoop in there from, I think, like 1920 something. But it's just a great restaurant, cool vibe, looking at the historic building. And definitely order the hot honey onion rings for an appetizer. I can't even do it justice telling you about it. There's also a great coffee house, Chin Chin. Amazing coffee. Buddy of mine, Patrick, owns it. When you're in there, tell him that Rip sent you. And then I've always got to talk about Rico's World Kitchen. I mean, it's just some great comfort cuisine. The daily specials are out of this world. Just another amazing restaurants in downtown Buford. So you really can't go wrong with any of the restaurants that are in downtown Buford. Great place to check out, along with those boutique shops as well. Also, downtown Buford, you have a very cool nature preserve. It's a great place. If you're downtown, you've just stuffed your face with Bare Bones or Rico's World Kitchen, and you need to walk it off. Maybe you grab a coffee or a latte at Chin Chin, and you want a great place to walk. That nature preserve downtown Buford is super convenient, and it's beautiful. Also, not far down the road from Buford is Mall of Georgia. Now, Mall of Georgia is technically in unincorporated Gwinnett, but everybody here assumes it's in Buford. More than likely, I'm pretty sure if you look it up, the address, the city is going to be Buford. It's a great mall. It used to be the largest mall in the Southeast. It could still be. I'm just not sure if something's been built bigger, but it's a beautiful mall. It's got everything you need. And of course, like any strong, successful mall, everything around it is super developed. Again, long list of restaurants that are convenient around the mall, tons of shopping in the mall and outside all around the mall. Pretty much anything you can think of convenience wise when it comes to retail or dining, it's right there at the Mall of Georgia. So let's talk about real estate in Buford. One of my favorite topics, right? Because Rip the Realtor. So Buford, downtown Buford is a interesting area because you will have a few blocks of these remodeled $1 million plus homes that are beautiful. Then a couple of blocks over, you may have a new development, new construction neighborhood. And then a few blocks over from that, you might have some homes that haven't been touched since 1950, 1960. So kind of a trend right now is to go into the downtown Buford area, get your hands on one of these older homes and then renovate, remodel it, make it look beautiful. So there's plenty of homes that have already been renovated that are beautiful, that are fun to drive by and look at. And there's plenty of opportunities to buy some of these older homes to renovate and remodel. So it's kind of an interesting place where that downtown Buford is as far as fully coming up as a renovated downtown versus still having some room to be able to maybe pick up a house for your own remodeling or renovation home that you would like to take on. All right, so let me answer a burning question when we talk about real estate and moving to Buford. How much am I going to pay, right? So the average home price for a single family home in Buford right now is just under $530,000. Now, here's the beauty of Buford. Buford year over year has climbed almost 21%. 21%, that's huge. Oh, but you may go, Rip, but the market's softening, and that's with the market softening. A month ago, home prices were over $600,000 average home price. So it has dropped down 529, but again, year over year, if you look at it, a year ago, home prices on average were $437. $437 a year ago, today, $529. That's a great sign that Buford is a great place to move to and buy a home. So let's talk about days on market, since you mentioned the market being a little softer these days. So they are taking a little bit longer to sell. Home prices are good, strong. They're still, after they're plateauing, we're still seeing some kind of going back up and increasing a little bit. but the days on the market, meaning how many days does it take to sell a home? A year ago, 5 days. It was terrible. I mean, if you saw a house, you better make an offer that night, right? Now we're more looking at 24 days. Seems a lot longer, but still, if you ask me, hey, can you wait 24 days to make a 20% return on your investment? You got it. I can do that. As a buyer, that's better. You're not having to make as quick a decision. You got a little bit of time to find it, but still super strong real estate and market in Buford. Home prices, home values still up year over year, and a great place to live. So if you're thinking about moving to Buford or any of the other surrounding areas, reach out. I would love to answer any questions, help you in any way I can. And please don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Love y'all. Thanks.